I would be thinking about you as I was recovering.
Yeah, that's what I. That's
Game controls. Here, there's app library and widgets on your home screen.
Now, speaking on music, keeping it on that vein, I understand that you was talking about having a soundtrack with this book as well. Talk to us about this. What's the like? I haven't really seen or heard anything about a soundtrack ever coming with a book before. Like, what was your inspiration, and like, what was the inspiration behind like wanting to do this and add a soundtrack with this book altogether?
Man, it's it was very, 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 very spur of the moment. So again, like I said, me just it's essentially like the epitome of my story as a person and the story of Jack Donovan in the book. You can't be great without the help of other people. So my friend Noah, that's my dog. Like I coached Noah at ASU. So I was the head coach of their club basketball team. So that's how me and Noah met. So Noah posted something on his Instagram. And I saw it and I was like, I clowned him. I was like, man, you look like that's an album cover or something. And he was like, yeah, ha ha ha. It looked like the album cover of Jack of All Trades. And I was like, And I was like, Noah, were you serious about that or were you joking? Because I was like, that low key is a decent idea. And he was like, I don't know, we should just do it. And I was like, how are we gonna get it done? And then we just kind of like went through it the whole process. He talked to, his people in the industry or whatever, because the only reason why it is even possible, like remotely possible, is because a lot of people don't know this about Noah unless they're good friends with him. Noah has been doing independent artist relations since he was like 15.
Really?
So he knows a lot of artists. He's been doing this for over 6 years. He also is a DJ. So Noah has way more insight into music as well as basketball, which a lot of people know if you know Noah, that a lot of people don't have. Like he's put me on the music that I've never heard before. And we talk a lot about music and basketball and sports in general. So he as well is kind of a jack of all trades. So, shout out to Noah. And Noah, he he's helped people with some projects and stuff like that. And he got some insight and he told me what the deal was. So a lot of people don't know this, but I'm gonna tell you first before I tell anybody.
Oh.
So the deal was with the project is that if I wanted it done, I could not make money off of it. Because unless we was going to pay people up front, which at the moment I don't have that type of capital, right? And the book, like the music would just be inspired by my novel. I wasn't, cutting any beats, writing any lyrics. So I thought about it how I thought about the way with my book deal. That's true. Why would I be getting money if they're the ones putting in all the work?
Right.
So when he told me that, and he was like, I'm willing to do it just because I believe in your vision with your book. I think it's a dope idea. And if we do this, it could change the whole game to how books are created. Right? On some like LeBron going to Miami type of deal.
Yep.
So I was like, yeah, I want to be the first because the benefits supersede, the risk that goes into creating this. So I was like, all right, whoever we gotta get to do the project, we letting all of them know we're not getting any cuts. Y'all getting, everything or whatever. We'll figure all the other logistics out with it or whatever. Like, I don't want to go super deep into how we planned it, but the basic baseline of it was we weren't profiting off of this. We were just
all the artists.
Yeah, we putting it all on the artists. We're just going to, get everybody together. Kind of like how people get compilation projects together any other time, you know. Think
Or
of
like,
it like the dream team of artists, like, you know, the Black Panther soundtrack, or how MMG used to do all their, you know, albums or whatever. So that's how we
yeah,
want to construct it. So essentially, like a movie soundtrack, we would have a list of tracks. Each track would be inspired by a scene in the book. And then from there, we would just let the artist, you know, have free range on however they perceived it and just, you know, create it. So we've been looking for artists for a long time. We found majority of everyone. We still have to go back, you know, find a couple producers and artists and whatnot. I mean, I was able to get some of my friends to be on the project. He was able to get some of his friends to be on the project as well. And yeah, this idea isn't even slightly possible if Noah didn't have the type of connections that he had.
going back to what we said
So
earlier,
yeah,
knowing people you may never know.
yeah. So like I said, God just blessed me to have like people in my circle that not only care about me, but have faith in my vision to put me in the right direction with these different situations. So we're probably going to push the deadline back because, you know, COVID, we got to figure out some other things going on, but it will be out. I can't tell you the length at the moment or how everything is going to be set up, but it will be out. And when it'll be out, when we know like more information and got everything fine tooth and combed, we'll like, you know, let the public know. But it definitely will be out. We just, you know how music is, like sometimes things just get pushed back and
Yeah,
other stuff happens that isn't in your control. So you just gotta let things happen how they happen.
that's why I was when you told me about like how you had people like working on a single for the book. Like I'm like, you got a soundtrack with the book. Like I've never heard of something like that. I'm like, bro, that's dope. Like that's even like you said, like people have soundtracks to movies. Like you have a soundtrack to a book, and how you went about going through this process. And like we said earlier, you may never know who knows people. You know and Noah being good friends with him, and him being tied to the music industry. That's another blessing right there. That's just dope in itself. And if you need more artists, let me know. I got some friends, plenty of friends who make music, and then producers too, who would love to help. I'm pretty sure.